Hello, today's video we have the following content.
Is Liu Xiaoxu's affection for Guo Yuxin truly undeniable? If ambiguity can be captured by the camera, then Liu Xiaoxu has probably succumbed countless times in front of it. In a recent live interview, the host casually mentioned Guo Yuxin, and Liu Xiaoxu's reaction instantly caused a stir in the live chat. His relaxed demeanor suddenly tightened, his speech slowed noticeably, his gaze instinctively avoided the camera, and even the tips of his ears turned visibly red. At that moment, netizens collectively agreed, this isn't acting, it's insecurity. When asked how would you rate Guo Yuxin, Liu Xiaoxu paused for a full 3 seconds, smiled slightly, and then softly said, "She is quite distracting." A single sentence, without praising her appearance or discussing business, yet so sweet it melted one's heart. The screen was flooded with comments, "Oh no, she's really fallen for him." What truly broke the hearts of the Xiaoxu Yuxin CP fans was the subsequent battle royal. Backstage at a public event, Guo Yuxin chatted warmly with 3 male guests in a relaxed and natural atmosphere. She smiled, nodded, and responded earnestly, displaying high emotional intelligence in a social setting. But when the camera panned to Liu Xiaoxu standing not far away, he seemed out of place. The water bottle in his hand was repeatedly tightened and loosened, his gaze frequently swept towards Guo Yuxin, and the smile on his lips noticeably faded. The most fatal flaw was a small gesture. When one of the male guests smiled and approached Guo Yuxin, Liu Xiaoxu almost instinctively. He took half a step forward, then quickly realized something, abruptly stopped, and immediately lowered his head to adjust his cuffs, pretending to be nonchalant. This moment of wanting to get closer but restraining himself was dubbed by netizens as textbook-level jealousy. Some say that true affection is an uncontrollable concern. Liu Xiaoxu's concern was written in almost every detail. In behind-the-scenes footage, whenever Guo Yuxin was present, he noticeably became more talkative. When she spoke, he was always the first to look over. When she laughed, he laughed along. When she quieted down, he became even more nervous. Even the staff joked, as soon as Yuxin appears, Xiaoxu automatically enters standby protection mode. Even more subtle was Guo Yuxin's reaction. She wasn't oblivious. Every time she met Liu Xiaoxu's gaze, she would briefly look away, yet couldn't help but look back, as if confirming, or as if they understood each other implicitly. That unspoken understanding was more touching than any direct declaration of love. No wonder netizens said, "This isn't just business, this is the essence of ambiguity." In the entertainment industry, many people can hide their feelings, but few can express them in a way that is both outwardly expressive and inwardly respectful. Liu Xiaoxu was precisely the latter. He didn't make a high-profile declaration or deliberately show affection, yet his most genuine emotions were revealed in every unintentional glance and every slightly uncontrolled gesture. Perhaps the future of this relationship remains unknown. But at least for now, the moments captured by the camera are enough to prove that some feelings don't need to be spoken. The whole world can see them. The reason this feeling is so moving is precisely because it is unintentional, unperformed, and unconventional. The live stream after filming wrap was described by many viewers as the least promotional interaction ever. There were no pre-planned questions or a unified script. When Liu Xiaoxu heard Guo Yuxin's voice, he visibly paused, his tone suddenly becoming cautious, even a simple greeting sounding hesitant and fragmented. In contrast, Guo Yuxin remained remarkably composed, responding with a smile and a direct retort, which only made Liu Xiaoxu on the other side of the screen more flustered, repeatedly saying yes, right, completely losing his usual composure. This contrast instantly broke the defenses of countless viewers. Because it wasn't the sentimentality filtered through the lens of a character, but rather a natural outpouring of genuine emotion in an unguarded state. Even more commendable is that neither of them overdramatized the situation. There were no hints blurring boundaries, nor any deliberate attempts to create buzz. Because of this, the audience was more discerning. We could clearly distinguish the relationships between the characters in the drama and respect the actor's genuine state off-screen. What we experienced wasn't pre-arranged sweetness, but the warmth of the emotion itself. It is precisely this restraint that makes this beauty all the more precious. It's like a moment illuminated by sunlight, brief yet real. It doesn't necessarily need a conclusion, but it's enough to make one remember the moment of heart-fluttering emotion. Perhaps no one can answer what the future holds. But at least for now, what Liu Xiaoxu and Guo Yuxin left the audience with wasn't formulaic sweetness, but a real trace of emotion, quiet, yet powerful. This power isn't dramatic, but it slowly ferments over time. The more you look back at those small, fleeting moments, the more you discover the tenderness within them. An unconsciously slowed speech, a subconscious glance following someone, a fleeting concern, these are all genuine reactions that cannot be replicated. They weren't written into a script, yet they are more persuasive than any dialogue. This is why viewers repeatedly savor them, even after multiple reruns, still feeling a warmth in their hearts. The sweetness doesn't come from intimate gestures, but from the feeling of being cared for. When Yuxin stands in a crowd, Liu Xiaoxu always notices her presence immediately. When she speaks, he listens unconsciously. When she smiles, his expression softens. Those seemingly insignificant details constitute the most touching evidence of emotion. And Guo Yuxin's response is equally gentle and restrained. She is never flamboyant, yet she offers the most natural support at crucial moments. Her eyes hold trust, reassurance, and a touch of unspoken dependence. This mutual understanding makes one believe that their emotions are equal and comfortable, rather than a one-sided projection. Perhaps this is why the audience is willing to stay within the clear-headed line. They don't force themselves to relate, nor do they over-interpret, but simply quietly witness this tenderness unfolding on the edge of the screen. It doesn't need to be defined as love, nor does it need to be pushed towards an ending. Its existence is enough. Some emotions are meant to be cherished, not consumed. In the noisy world of entertainment, such a quiet, unassuming, yet genuinely moving flow of emotion is the rarest kind of sweetness. And it is precisely for this reason that this sweetness is so enduring and thought-provoking. It's not like a fleeting, intense emotional stimulus. Rather, the more you savor it, the more layers you can read in the details. Some noticed that Liu Xiaoxu's tone always softened unconsciously when talking about Guo Yuxin, as if afraid of disturbing something. Others noticed that whenever the topic touched on her, his gaze would become focused, as if the surrounding noise was automatically blocked out. It was a bias that didn't need to be declared. What's even more touching is the unwavering sense of propriety they maintained. They didn't exploit ambiguity for publicity, nor did they use emotions to gain attention. Even amidst repeated discussions, they chose to focus more on their work and the characters themselves. This restraint made every captured moment feel more real and believable. The reason audiences keep bringing them up isn't because they're obsessed, but because they see a long-lost sincerity in their interactions. It reminds people that even in a highly packaged entertainment environment, unmanipulated emotional flows can still exist, naturally occurring and naturally lingering. Perhaps one day, these moments will be overshadowed by new works and new topics. But in the present, they have already fulfilled their purpose, to convince people that emotions don't necessarily need conclusions, and being moved doesn't need to be defined. As long as they evoke tenderness and authenticity in a particular moment, that is moving enough. Some say that watching Liu Xiaoxu and Guo Yuxin's interactions evokes a strange sense of peace, not the excitement of being forced into sweet moments, but a tender resonance upon witnessing genuine emotions. It's a certainty of its good this way too. Perhaps it's precisely because they are both so clear-headed that this emotion seems exceptionally pure. There's no rush to prove anything, nor a need to explain to anyone. They simply stand in their current positions, working diligently, feeling earnestly, and leaving their most authentic selves in unintentional moments. For the audience, this is already a rare gift. In a fast-paced and noisy world, seeing such a gentle and restrained flow of emotion is healing in itself. It doesn't demand an outcome, yet it makes one believe sincerity is still worth cherishing.
Thank you for watching the video. If this is your first time watching a video, please subscribe to the channel, like and leave your comments to help us develop your channel.